Right, got to talk a bit about this, I'm afraid, because it's driving me mad. I hear people talking all the time about us coming together, us 99% coming together to defeat our 1%, the elites, the people that have taken control of the planet and us and enslaved us. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I certainly don't peddle fear porn. But I'll be honest with you, it's not going to happen. Not the way things are going, because we cannot even come together and agree on some very basic observational facts. We cannot come together and agree on stuff that you learn in kindergarten. And what is that? Tell them, Johnny.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
There you go. Right? It's a fact that men are men and girls are girls. Now, you can argue as much as you want about, people are going to argue about this to the blue in the face. Now, if you're an adult and you decide that you feel you've been born into the wrong body and you're the wrong gender, then you go through this whole process of gender realignment, then great. But we're talking about kids, children, that are being brainwashed to believe that this is normal behaviour. And I'll give you an example. There's a school I read about today, and I'll put a link in the description below, called Chiltern Edge Secondary School in Oxfordshire. Now, they've changed their dress policy. Okay, when I was at school, girls wear skirts pretty much most of the year round, or they could wear trousers if they wanted to. Boys wear trousers in the summertime, shorts. Not anymore. This school here, they're disallowing boys to wear shorts in the hot summer months, which may be 90 degrees. Boys, if they're not wearing trousers, they have to wear skirts. I know, right? And so it's being normalised that this is normal. This is the normal thing to do, when it isn't the normal thing to do. Look, if I'd gone to school when I was a kid wearing a skirt, I would have had the crap kicked out of me. That was even before I left the house, right? So listen, it's not a normal thing, and yet nobody's asking why this is happening to our kids. One reason is, and yes, the media. Stories like this, they normalise it and make kids believe that it's always been this way, and it hasn't always been this way. Secondly, and more importantly, I truly believe that the shit that's being sprayed in our skies, the chemicals that's being pumped into our water, the absolute shite that's being sprayed in our food has a massive part to play in this gender realignment. The amount of estrogen in the water supply, certain fish are changing from male to female because of the amount of hormones that are being pumped into streams and the water table. And nobody's asking these questions. Why is this happening to our children? Why does little Johnny suddenly want to be little Jane? Why is that happening? Everyone's saying, no, it's okay, don't distress the child out. And I understand that, I get it. But nobody's actually asking why. Why is it happening? And so, if we can't even agree on something like that, how are we going to ever come together as one? Because we all come from the same place, and that's the argument I hear all the time. We come from the same place, so it doesn't matter what sex you are, it doesn't matter about your culture. It does, because sexes are completely different from one another. I mean, one is what is it?
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. And culturally, we're very different. Again, we all come from the same place, and so they have this no borders thing, and then wonder what's going wrong when men are coming over and trying to marry 11-year-old girls, because in their culture that's perfectly normal, or to have 5 wives. You can't just chuck everybody in together and just say, well, we're all human beings, it's all going to be fine. No, it's not. It's not going to be fine, because we're all different. We all come from the same source, but we're all having individual experiences, be it male, female, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Catholic, Protestant. We're all having black, white, Palladian. We're all having separate experiences as the same energy, and that's the key. We can come together energetically, regardless of our race, regardless of our culture, regardless of our income bracket. We can come together that way, but we'll never come together physically when we can't agree on basic human biology. So there is hope, and we will come together, but we have to go inside ourselves. And that's where we'll not only find each other, but we'll find the one thing that will get us out of this mess, and that's ourselves. That's the only thing we need to find, is ourselves, our true identity. Not male, female, or anything like that, but our true identity has no gender, right? I get that. But we're not true identity, are we? We're not true source, are we? And anyone that says is on this third dimensional planet and says that they are true source is either a liar, disillusioned, or the Messiah. So it is possible to come together, but not when we read in the newspapers and believing the stuff that they want us to think, that they want us to divide us. We're not going to be able to go over into certain countries and behave a certain way and think that that's absolutely perfectly fine, because that's the way we do it over here. It just doesn't work that way. We've been too divided for far too long for that to even be considered. But we can find each other within ourselves, and that's the only place to start. And if you go to that Chiltern Edge secondary school, the parents must be up in arms, sending off little Jeff in his rah-rah skirt. I mean, come on. There's got to be a line drawn, and you go, no, this isn't gender neutral. This is pushing the feminine onto the masculine, right? And that is the agenda, to destroy testosterone, because then there is no fight left. I mean, and if the countries were all run by women, I get it. If the countries were all run by women, they just wouldn't talk to each other, and that's fine. But in all seriousness, you need that masculine and feminine balance, and without it, we're sitting ducks completely. Physically, men are stronger. They are more territorial, and they will defend. Okay, that's their role. That's what they do. This is what they're trying to destroy. This is what the elites are trying to destroy through this programming of gender neutrality. It doesn't mean that these people should not be accepted. Of course it doesn't mean that. They're human beings. But you've got to see past the programming. Please, see past the programming. See it for what it is. Are we the only species on the planet that has this? Does a lion get up, a male lion get up one day and shave off its mane and go, that's it, do you know what, I'm in with the girls today? Does a bull cut off its horns and start producing milk? This isn't a natural thing, and that's the thing. We're made to believe that this is a natural transition when it's a poisoning through chemical. We're being chemically attacked. You talk about weapons of mass destruction and chemical weapons. They're being sprayed in the sky every day. It's being put into our water table every day and sprayed on our food every day. There's a chemical weapon for you, and it's working a treat. Right, so ask yourselves, please ask yourselves, why is this happening? Okay, see past the programming, and don't send your boy to school in a skirt because it's too hot, especially if he doesn't want to wear a skirt. And start going inside. Find your true self, and that's the only place that you'll find each other, because it's the only place that they can't touch. Well, until 5G comes out, allegedly. So until then, keep your vibration high, guys, and please don't forget, one more time,
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
thank you. Keep your vibration high.